Hello there, and welcome to Daniel's Infinite Playlist. And today we're going to talk about Panda Bear's new album, Buoys. Boys. I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that, but for those of you who don't know who Panda Bear is, well, Panda Bear is basically the solo moniker of Noah Lennox, who is also a member of the famed indie band Animal Collective, and he's also contributed to many other artists' music. And it's so crazy, you basically wouldn't believe what he's been up to since the release of his last album, Panda Bear versus the Grim Reaper, which was a really colorful and eclectic and also very noisy album that I really loved. It was an extension to a more poppy Panda Bear, and that's what I always love with Panda Bear, is that he's always been able to kind of mix in the pop moments with the more idiosyncratic moments, and it's all very experimental. So, how is it to listen to this new album? Well, it's a bit like this. So, I'm going to show you the CD unboxing now. As you see, it's very simple. You see here the album cover, Buoys, there's the album name, and also the back where it says Panda Bear, and then you see like the inside, which says like the production credits, and also the songs as well. And it's very simple. I think it's in theme with the album, which is a very simple and very experimental album as well. So yeah, now back to the actual review. Well, for those of you who don't know, Panda Bear has actually done various contributions. For example, he's been in a Daft Punk song, he's produced and even written a song in Beyoncé's latest album, Lemonade, and also he's even produced Solange's album, one song he has production credits on in the song Bins, which is really cool. So has any of these, pop exercises actually made their way into his new album? And the answer is no. Because musically, this album is very sparse. It's very acoustic inclined, and it also, it has some like electronic flourishes here and there, but otherwise it's very acoustic minded. It's kind of like his first, his second album, Young Prayer, which is, well, to be honest, it's one of my least favorite Panda Bear albums. I like when he goes full-on electronic, but, I really like this album as well because it manages to at least put some flourishes here and there. And it's a very, unified listen as well. It doesn't sound very sparse sounding as some of his other albums, but for me, the sparseness actually makes, for a more compelling listen. And this one almost sometimes feels a bit too same-ish. And you can really feel like the theme of water going around the album, because the music is often paired with echoes that sometimes feel like actual ripples of water. I think that's actually a cool effect. So yeah, lyrically, how are the album's lyrics? Well, the lyrics are a bit more, harder to decode, I think. They're a bit more personal, but at the same time, they're very abstract. What I really loved about Panda Bear's lyrics is that they're always so direct. They always felt like a slogan of some sorts, if that does sound right, because they're always so straight to the core. No no abstract stuff here. But here he actually doubles down on them, and well, you can still feel the directness is there, but you'll have a harder time decoding them. For example, the themes that I could find in the album are actually themes of fatherhood, of feeling the hopes in sad times, and also I think there's one song that's alluding to being intimate with your partner, and it doesn't. I think it sounds really beautiful when I read the lyrics. Although be careful, because there are some people that have actually completely misunderstood the meanings of the songs by writing really strange stuff, like Ingenious, for example. It's really weird. So yeah, anyways, what do I give this album? Well, I give it a 7 out of 10. It is not the best Panda Bear album, but it sure shows his ability to create something so so restrained musically, but it still sounds very much like Panda Bear. It still manages to blend like the weirder parts and, you know, like the electronic minded songs of his old records, but he stripped them down to its core and lets the guitar take front and center. And also his vocals sound more up to the front than ever. Oftentimes his vocals are very much reverb laden, and you feel sometimes that you can't hear what he's singing, but now he's there and in the presence of the room, and it feels so nice. However, the album is very different, and I'm not sure if I really like the new style. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the songs are just really charming, and I love them because, you know, Panda Bear is such a genius in production and everything, but I still feel like you know, I would have loved to see, you know, a continuation of Panda Bear versus the Grim Reaper, you know, like more dancey electronic music. But hey, I mean, it's a Panda Bear album, and I'm just grateful that we have it, and it's a really good album. I think that you should listen to it, and if you're very curious to see what Panda Bear does, I think you should also listen to it. Although, be warned, there's one song that's just really bad. It's called Inner Monologue, and I think that it disrupts from like the whole dreaminess and actually perfect streak of the album, sorry. And I don't know, I didn't like that song. So yeah, that's what I think about this album, and as always, I'm going to put the artist links down below. Panda Bear is available everywhere, physically, digitally, so yeah, just go ahead and buy or listen to his music. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you really liked it, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'm going to review new albums every Wednesday and classic albums every Saturday, so keep an eye out for those ones. So yeah, thank you so much for this for today, and I'll see you next week with a new, sorry, I'll see you next time with a new album review. Enjoy music, enjoy life, people. Hej då!